bhavatu sahanau bhunaktu saha viryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Chant the first verse and the last verse of the Dhyana Shlokas. So you can all chant with me but with your mics muted. Parthāya pratibodhitam bhagavata narāyaṇena svayam vyāsena krathitam purāna munina madhye mahabharatam advaitamritavarshiniim bhagavatīm ashtādashaധ്യായിനീം अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुराः सुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः. So children, welcome back to today's session on Bhagavad Gita. Nice to see you all. And yesterday we started talking about the third chapter, which is called as Karma Yoga. And in Karma Yoga, what did we discuss yesterday? Krishna wanted Arjuna to fight this war as his Swadharma. He wanted to fight this war how? With an attitude of Karma Yoga. What is the meaning of attitude of Karma Yoga? Lord Krishna wants all of us, Lord Krishna wants to do any action. Karma means what? Any action that we do. Krishna says, any action that you do it as a worship to me. Just like you do puja, you just do arti, you do naivedya, and then you chant some verses, shlokas, isn't it? Like that. What are you doing at that time? You're offering your worship to the Lord. So now what Krishna is saying is, all of us have to learn to do our duty. What is our duty? Wherever we are, whatever we are supposed to do, we have to do that duty. How should we do it? Sincerely we have to do it. And whatever we do, we should offer it as a offering or as puja to the Lord. So what do we get out of this? What Krishna says is, you start understanding, you start seeing that I, that is Bhagavan or God, is the one who takes in or who accepts everybody's pujas. He says, I, Bhagavan, accept all the worship, all the pujas done by anybody and everybody. Okay? And I distribute the karma phala. Whatever action you do, it is called karma. And whatever you get as a reaction or action and reaction in physics, high school students, action, every action has got a reaction. Anything that you do, it comes back to you. But what comes back, whatever karma you do, you get it back in the form of karma phala. All the actions that you do have to be the actions which are offered to me. Which are offered to me means what? Offered to me, God, and I will give you back the appropriate results at the proper time, in the proper place, and whatever you deserve, you will get. In God's, wherever God is concerned, there is no question of undeserving things. God will always give us what we deserve. All the karma phala that we get is what we deserve. And then yesterday he told Arjuna, see, if you are not able to do this, then you live a life of yajna. What is the meaning of yajna? I told you yesterday, living a life of contribution, contributing to the other people around me, contributing to the animals and plants around me, living in harmony with the environment. That is what he called as yajna. And he said, living life with the attitude of yajna is karma yoga. Whatever you do, when you're doing this, if you every day live your life with an attitude of yajna, cooperating with the other people around, contributing to the other people around you, and then living in harmony with the universe, living in harmony with the environment, that is karma yoga, he said. Now, let us go further. In the next chapter, only 3 verses now I want to take in this chapter, in the 3rd chapter. Now, Arjuna wanted to run away, correct? He wanted to run away from the battlefield. And what did, Krishna say? No, you can't run away from the battlefield. What will you do running away from the battlefield? Where will you go? Arjuna said, I'll go to the forest. What will you do there, sitting in the forest? I will do nothing. Is it possible for anybody to sit without doing anything? It seemed there was a child who refused to go to school. He did not want to go to school. Then the mother said, okay, if you don't want to go to school, what do you want to do? So he said, I want to sit at home. I want to be at home. All right. If you're at home, what are you going to do? First he said, I don't want to do anything. And then the mother said, if you don't want to do anything, then what will you do if you don't want to do anything? I don't know. I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I should not do. Then what happened? The child stayed at home and became a source of mischief and nuisance to everybody at home. Okay, when you don't know what to do, when you don't have anything to do, and you have a lot of time on your hand, what happens? We'll start doing all kind of mischief, correct? We'll do what we should not do. So, Krishna is telling Arjuna, Arjuna, it is not possible for anybody to sit without doing anything. Therefore, one has to do actions which have to be done by that person at that time. Okay. So then he said that, look, Arjuna, your ancestors also, your, father, grandfather, great-grandfather, and all the kings who were great kings, many of them earlier also, they were also people who were wise people. They were also sthita prajnas, but still they did not give up doing work. Now Arjuna thought, what did Arjuna think? Arjuna thought, if I become a sthita prajna, if I get this knowledge and I become a wise person, a sthita prajna, then I don't have to do anything. I can simply sit without doing anything. We saw what is sthita prajna 3 classes ago, isn't it? In 2nd chapter. Sthita prajna means a wise person. A person who has understood what Krishna has taught him. So, Arjuna thinks that if I am a wise person, if I am a sthita prajna, then there is no need for me to do anything. Why should I do anything? I will simply sit doing nothing. I will go to the forest and simply eat whatever comes and sit quietly. Now, that is why Krishna is going to give examples of kings before Arjuna, that there were many, many kings who were sthita prajnas, who were wise people, but at the same time, they did not give up ruling their kingdoms. And he gave example of one king called as Janaka. Now, who is this Janaka? There are many Janakas in our, Shastra. Janaka could be Sita Devi's father. No, Sita, Rama's wife, Sita. Sita's father was also called Janaka. There were many other kings also by this name Janaka. But then we do not know who this Janaka is, but there is one king called as Janaka. What is he related to? In what way? Who is he related to? We don't know. But there is a very famous book in our scriptures called as Ashtavakra Gita. And this Gita, like here Krishna gave this knowledge to Arjuna, in Ashtavakra Gita, sage Ashtavakra gave this knowledge to Janaka, the king. And Janaka became a sthita prajna, a wise person, but he did not stop ruling the kingdom. So Krishna wants to give that example. So what he says in the 20th verse, verse number 20 of the 3rd chapter, Krishna said, karmaṇaiva hi sansiddhim āsthitā janakādayaḥ loka-saṅgraham evāpi sampaśhyan kartum arhasi. So he said, Arjuna, don't think that you are the only king or you are the only prince who is fighting this war as a duty and who wants to escape from your duty and go and sit in the forest and become a wise person. There were wise people or sthita prajnas earlier also, and there was a king by the name of Janakādayaḥ. He names Janaka number 1. As I told, he could be Sita Devi's father, but we are not sure of it. Okay, Janaka was one king who, even after becoming a Sthita Prajna, even after getting this knowledge and a Sthita Prajna, he did not give up his kingdom. He ruled his kingdom. How did he rule his kingdom? Karma Yoga Buddhya. Though he was a Sthita Prajna, he did his actions. He took care of his kingdom. He ruled his kingdom. How did he rule his kingdom? Whatever he did, he offered it as a worship to God and did not bother about what results came. And it is said that this Janaka ruled the kingdom so well, he became a very popular king among all the prajas. All the prajas liked and respected Janaka very much. And now there are other kings also who are named in our Shastra. Ashwapati. Ashwapati was another king like Janaka. Even Ashwapati is who? Do you know who is Ashwapati? You know Rama's stepmother Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi's father was Ashwapati. Kaikeyi's father was Ashwapati. And it is said in our scriptures that this Ashwapati was also a wise person. He had also learned this knowledge from his guru and he was also a wise person. But he did not stop ruling the kingdom. He continued to rule his kingdom. And how did he rule his kingdom? He ruled his kingdom for the benefit of the society. So when you do something not for yourself, but you do something for the benefit of society, that is called as loka-saṅgraham. You don't worry if you don't remember this word, don't worry. Loka-saṅgraham means what? That I need not do something. I'm not interested in getting anything out of it. But then I do this particular action because I want to help other people. I want to benefit the society. I want to be useful to the society. I don't want to sit without doing anything. Okay, I have got some talents. I'm capable of doing something. I'm a king. I am a good king. I'm capable of ruling the kingdom very well. But just because I am a sthita prajna, just because I am a wise person, I don't want to stop ruling the kingdom and going and staying somewhere in the forest, because I want to continue to rule the kingdom, because I want to establish dharma in the society. I want to rule the kingdom in a very, very dharmic way. I want to be beneficial to the people around me. I want to teach by example that how a good king, how he can rule. What about Rama? Was Rama also not a king who was also God? He was also an avatara like Krishna. But then he was also a wise person like Krishna. Did Rama give up his kingdom? When his Pattabhisheka was done, it seems Rama ruled the kingdom for thousands of years. That is what is said. In those times, in the Treta Yuga, it seems people used to be alive for thousands of years, it seems. So it is said that Rama ruled his kingdom beautifully. That's why it was called Rama Rajya. Correct? He ruled his kingdom well. Another one, we have example of another king like this in our scriptures. His name is Ajatashatru. This Ajatashatru was also a wise king who was a Sthita Prajna. But what did he do? He did not give up the kingdom and go to the forest. He continued to rule the kingdom. How? For the sake of benefiting the society. So, what Krishna is telling Arjuna is, look, at least for the sake of loka-saṅgraham, for the sake of benefiting the society, for the sake of doing good to the society. You, Arjuna, you are such a brave person. You are such a courageous king. You are a person who follows dharma. And by fighting this war and winning this war, you will continue to be a great king like that of Janaka, Ajatashatru, Vashvapati, Rama, etc. Therefore, Arjuna, you should not run away from doing your duty. Why is it that a great person should not go away from his duty? The next verse, Krishna says in the 21st verse, he says that a great person is a role model, correct? A very good person, a very great person is a role model, correct? People try to imitate him. People try to follow him. So any person who is a great person should not go away. He should be in the society and help other people and be a good influence of the society, because you become a role model, correct? Like you take any, don't take the actors and actresses as role model. They are not the people whom we should take as role models, okay? You take anybody, like you take any of the big people, like, like Lal Bahadur Shastri, you take our great leaders. Vivekananda, you take. Who were they? They were role models, correct? They were all people who were role models. Nelson Mandela, you take. All these people who were all people who fought for dharma in their own countries, for their own people, okay? And whatever a great person does in the society, the other people will also imitate. So, Arjuna, you be a role model, and such a person who is great and has a great influence on the people around him in the society, such a person is called as a śhreṣhṭhā. Śhreṣhṭhā, Kannada word, correct? Śhreṣhṭhā. Śhreṣhṭhā means what? The best, correct? Śhreṣhṭha Purusha, we say. Somebody who is Śhreṣhṭha. In Kannada also we say Śhreṣhṭha. Śhreṣhṭha means the one who is great and who can influence the society in a great way. So, what Krishna is telling Arjuna now is, however a Śhreṣhṭha Purusha behaves in the society, the people in the society also follow. If a Śhreṣhṭha Purusha is a very dharma-oriented Purusha, he is a dharmic person, the whole society will imitate him, follow him, and he will be the whole society will become a society of dharma. Okay? Yatha Raja, Tatha Praja. Correct? As the king is, so the people are. And so, Arjuna, at least for the sake of the society after the war, should have some kind of a Śhreṣhṭha Purusha like you as a role model. Therefore, Arjuna, you should not think of leaving the battlefield and sitting in the forest doing nothing. So in the 21st verse, what does Krishna say? Yadyadācharati śhreṣhṭhah tattad evetaro janaḥ sayat pramāṇaṁ kurute lokas anuvartate. So he says, a Śhreṣhṭha Purusha has got a great positive influence on the society, and his āchara, his vichara, the way he thinks, his vichara, the way he conducts himself, the āchara will influence the people around him. And therefore, Arjuna, you are a Śhreṣhṭha, you are a Śhreṣhṭha Purusha. Therefore, your vicharas, your acharas will set a standard. They will set up a standard in the society, and so all your praja will follow you. That is why it is so necessary. In today's world we are seeing, isn't it? Can we imitate or can we follow any of our leaders? No, we can't. Whereas we can still follow people like Krishna, Rama, we still follow them. Vivekananda, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, Swami, we follow them. Why? They are our role models. In what way are they our role models? In building a good personality, a good mind, to convert us into, make us into good citizens of the society. So he says, yadyat ācharati śhreṣhṭhas. However a śhreṣhṭha person behaves and thinks, the other members of the society will also behave like that. Doesn't the same thing happen in the families also? In our family also, if the father, grandfather, mother, grandmother, they're all very, very good people, the entire family will be a good family, correct? Good values will be instilled in the children also. So we also follow by example, isn't it? When do we follow somebody? When we see them leading good lives, śhreṣhṭha, dharmic lives, we follow by example. Correct? So, Arjuna, be an example to the society. Make a positive influence on the society. Let all the people follow you because you are a śhreṣhṭha. And for a śhreṣhṭha person now, Krishna gives his own example. Isn't Krishna a śhreṣhṭha person? See, he gave so much happiness to his parents, number one. He removed all the negative influences like Rakshasas from the society. So many Rakshasas he killed. Killed means what? Destroyed means what? He protected the society from various Rakshasas. Correct? So many Rakshasas, Asuras were there. Krishna fought with them. Krishna killed them. Right from who? From his uncle Kamsa onward. So many Rakshasas he killed. Killed means what? He protected the society by destroying adharma. He protected the society from all these Rakshasas and Asuras. Therefore, Krishna helped the society. And now what is he doing? He is influencing the society as a Jagat Guru. At 3 levels, Krishna is a śhreṣhṭha Purusha. Why? As a family person, he was the best. All the family members looked up to him, how to behave. Number one, he gave so much happiness to his parents, his grandparents, and his family. Secondly, he gave so much happiness to the people around him, to the society, by fighting against adharma and establishing dharma, which he is going to say in the 4th chapter, which I am going to talk to you about on Monday. And thirdly, what did he do? Krishna is giving this knowledge, converting Arjuna to a wise person. And this Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's words, what are they doing to us? Bhagavad Gita words are converting us also to wise people. That is the purpose of studying Bhagavad Gita. Like Arjuna, we should also get out of our confusion. We should get out of our sadness. And we also have to sometime or the other become sthita prajñas. And we should also become śhreṣhṭhas. And we also should have a positive influence on the society. So Krishna says in the 22nd verse, he says, hey Arjuna, look, I am God. I don't have any kartavya. I don't have any duty to do in this jagat. But still, Arjuna, have you ever seen me sitting idly? Have you ever seen me not doing anything? Krishna's life, Krishna's every moment of his life is full of things, full of doing things. Has Krishna ever done anything for his sake? No. Whatever Krishna did, whatever Bhagwan Krishna did was for the sake of the society. It was not with any selfish reason. He killed all the demons for the sake of protecting the society. Whatever he did not do it with a personal interest. He did not do it for personal gain. He did everything for the sake of establishing dharma and happiness and peace in the society. Are you understanding, children, what I am talking about? So here he says in the 22nd verse, in the 3rd chapter, Krishna says, Name pārthāsti kartavyaṁ triṣhu lokeṣhu kiñchana nānavāptam avāptavyaṁ varteyaṁ karmaṇi. Arjuna, there is nothing I have to get from anywhere. There is nothing that I am expecting from the world outside. But still, I am continuing to do my work. I am busy Krishna probably is the busiest person. All our Shrestha Purushas are very, very busy. Busy in what? Busy not in personal gains, not in accumulating and acquiring things for himself, but then all the time he's concerned about others. He saved Pandavas so many times, correct? He helped Pandavas to get out of various situations. He helped people in the Nanda Gokula by lifting the Govardhanagiri and protecting them from great rains. He protected the cows in the Nanda Gokula. Then he came to Mathura, and from Mathura he shifted all the people because of one Asura called Jarasandha who was there to protect his people, to protect the people of Mathura. He took the whole town and established Dwaraka Puri as the capital. So what has Krishna done? Taken so much pain, so much trouble. He is telling, hey Arjuna, I don't have any duties to perform. I am God. I am Ishvara. I am God. I have come down to the earth in this avatara as Krishna. What for? To protect the Jagat. Therefore, I am also a Shrestha Purusha. You are also a Shrestha Purusha. Though I don't have any duty in this world, look at me, Arjuna. I am so busy. Why should I fight this war? The victory in this war or failure in this war is not going to affect Krishna in any way, isn't it? He is not fighting for the land. It is not Krishna's Rajya, but still Krishna is taking part in the war. What for? Not for his sake. He is not going to gain anything if Pandavas win the war. He is not going to lose anything if Kauravas lose the war. He has nothing to do with it. He has no personal gains. Even then, Krishna is on the side of Dharma in this Dharma Yuddha. What for? For the benefit of people, for the benefit of society, to protect the society. What did we call this as? Loka-saṅgraham. Loka-saṅgraham means for the sake of people, whatever he has done. So he's saying, whatever I have done is not for my sake, Arjuna, for the sake of people. And in the 23rd verse of the 3rd chapter, he continues. He says, yadi hyahaṁ na varteyaṁ jātu karmaṇyatandritaha mama vartmānuvartante manushya partha sarvashaha. Hey Arjuna, if I don't do anything, if I means Bhagavan is saying, if I don't do anything, then people will follow me. Correct? They will also become lazy like me. They will say if Krishna in himself is not doing anything, he is lazy, he is not keeping up his word, he is not doing what he has to do. Why should we bother about it? Why should we do anything about it? So they will follow me. He says, yadi aham na varteyaṁ. If I don't do my duty as a Shrestha Purusha, what will happen? People will do nothing. Tandritaha, they'll all be sleeping. They'll all be lazy. Mama vartma anuvartate manushyaha. That is why we tell stories of different gods, different avataras in Puranas. Why? Because they should be our role models. Rama, Krishna, Devi, all these three people who have come as avatars to help the Jagat. For the Uddharanam of Jagat, those who have come, we have to follow them. That's why all these people have come to us as role models. So Krishna says, Mama vartma anuvartante. People will follow me. Whatever I do, they will do. Therefore, Arjuna, even if I don't have anything to be done, I am continuing to do my duty. Therefore, Arjuna, continue to do your work. Supposing one day, let us say, one day our sun god, sun, decides to take rest. One day sun tells, so many millions of years I have been shining, giving light to you all. Now I want to take rest. I want to go on a vacation, on a holiday for 1 week. What will happen to us? Just tell me, what will happen? Will we be able to survive? No. Sun is shining, sun is God. Not for his sake, Sun is shining for the sake of the jagat, loka-saṅgraham. Correct? Huh? Supposing air, Vayu Devata decides, I am cozily sitting in your lungs. I will sit there only, I will not come out. We are all breathing Vayu, correct? And we are all breathing him inside and then sending him out of our lungs. One day Vayu Devata says, I am tired of constantly blowing, running here and there. So I don't want to do anything. I am very comfortable and happy inside all people's lungs. I will sit there only. For some time I will not come out. What will happen to us? So Vayu Devata, again śhreṣhṭhas, doing its job according to what he has to do, not for his sake, but for the sake of other people. Imagine Yamadharmaraya, who is the god of death. Yamadharmaraya one day decides, I am so tired of running here and there and all the time pulling people. Now for the next 1 year, I will not do any work. I will take leave. Can you imagine what will happen? What will happen to our population? Huh? Everybody will be alive. Nobody will die for 1 year. What will happen? We'll start fighting with each other even for food. We'll start fighting with each other for space. Do you understand? So anything that is śhreṣhṭha in this jagat you see. Anything that is exalted you see in this jagat. Like a law, all these things, all these people, all these devatas, they're all working. For what sake? For the sake of the society. Therefore, he says, hey Arjuna, what is karma yoga? Karma yoga is whatever you have to do because of your swadharma and doing it not for your sake, but for the sake of the happiness of the society. And then he tells Arjuna, look, if you leave this war and go to the forest and become a sannyasi, what are you doing? You are leaving your swadharma and taking up somebody else's dharma, correct? A sannyasi's dharma is a sannyasi's dharma. A kshatriya's dharma is a kshatriya's dharma. Dharma means what? What you have to do. A kshatriya's karma and dharma is to fight. A sannyasi's dharma or karma is to sit in the forest, meditate, teach other people. Correct? Now, supposing Arjuna, you leave your swadharma and go and become a sannyasi in a forest, do you think you are capable of taking up another person's karma? Is it possible? Just imagine, children, one day your mother tells you that, look, all these days, every day, without a holiday, without getting any payment from any of you, day in and day night, day in and day out, I am working at home. So she will tell you one day, okay, she will come and tell you. What she will tell you? Hey Bhuvan, she will tell you, your mother one day will tell you, hey Bhuvan, I am tired. I am going for 1 week away. You have to do all my duties. Whatever work I was doing, bringing milk, cutting vegetables, cooking, and packing your dabba, and searching because you don't know where you have kept your things. Amma and socks elli, amma and shoes elli, amma and dress elli. And that amma has to go and bring everything for you. So Bhuvan's amma one day decides, I am not going to do this for 1 week. Bhuvan is going to do all my work. You don't go to school for 1 week. You do my work from morning to night. Will you be able to do that work, Bhuvan? Because it is not your swadharma. Correct? Same time, supposing I tell your Amma, now Bhuvan will sit and do your work at home. You go to the school from morning to evening and study for 1 week. Will your Amma be able to do that, Bhuvan? She cannot do it. Why? Because it is not her swadharma. Correct? So, if you have to leave your swadharma, what is your swadharma, Bhuvan? Children now, all of you. Being a student, studying, going to school is your swadharma. Correct? Supposing we tell you from tomorrow, you are not going to school, but you are going to do your mother's work at home for 1 week. It is paradharma. Correct? Will you be happy doing that? It will be scary for you. You will be so scared how to manage, what to do. That time you will understand the importance of Amma. Correct? Same thing when Amma goes to school, she will realize, my God, what all Bhuvan has to study, how many things he has to do. He has to play, he has to get trained for the sports, plus he has to study maths, physics, this, that, and all. Oh, yo, it is very scary for me, Baba. I can't do that. So she'll come back and tell Bhuvan, from tomorrow, you do your Swadharma, I will do my Swadharma. Correct? I'm happy doing what I'm doing. Okay, so what Krishna is telling Arjuna is, don't try to do something which somebody else is doing. Whatever you are prepared for, whatever you are trained for, you do that. Don't try to do something which you are not capable of doing. So he says, do your Swadharma, that is Karma Yoga. And he says in the 35th verse, Shreyan Swadharmo Vigunaha Paradharmat Svanushthitat Swadharme Nidhanam Shreyaha Paradharmo Bhayavaha. Arjuna, however difficult it is, do your Swadharma. Do what you are trained to be. You are trained to be a warrior. You are trained to fight the war to protect the society. Do that. If you leave that, your Swadharma, and try to take on the role of a sannyasi in a forest, that will be very fearful. You are not trained for that. You cannot do that job. Just like for Bhuvan, taking care of the house like his mother for even one day, it will be impossible because that is not his Swadharma. Okay, father, supposing the father says to Bhuvan or father says to Darshan, okay, Darshan's father, Darshan, your father tells you from tomorrow you go to the office. I will go to the school. Darshan itgi. Suppose tomorrow your father tells you, ನಾಳೆ in the office ನೀನು ಹೋಗಪ್ಪ, ನಾನು ನಿನ್ನ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀನಿ. What will happen to you? You will be so scared. How to go, what to do, it is paradharma, isn't it? So everybody cannot do everybody else's job. Everybody cannot do anybody else's job. So what he is telling is, Arjuna, do your swadharma, do your swakarma properly. And that is karma yoga. Karma yoga is what then? In so many different ways, Krishna explained karma yoga. What is that? Doing all the karmas, all one's actions with the attitude of worship to the Ishvara, to God, accepting the phalam, karma phalam, as God's prasada, number one. Second way of karma yoga, what? Live a life of yajna. In the day-to-day life, try to live a life of sharing and contribution in the form of Pancha Mahayajnas, which I told you yesterday, Deva Yajna, Pitru Yajna, and then Rishi Yajna, Manushya Yajna, and Bhuta Yajna. Second way of living the life of Yajna is second way of Karma Yoga. Third, what did he say? Whatever you are trained to do, Swadharma, do your Swadharma properly, that is Karma Yoga. And fourth, what he said, as a part of Karma Yoga, you are a Śhreṣhṭha Purusha, you cannot escape from doing your karma. That is also Karma Yoga. By doing this, you are going to have a positive influence on the society and you will benefit society. Okay, so these are the important points which Krishna talked to Arjuna about Karma Yoga. And all these points are applicable to all of you, correct? All of you. I am not telling many other shlokas. I am only talking about shlokas which are useful for you in Karma Yoga also, in Sankhya Yoga also. So in this chapter, yesterday and today, whatever I have discussed as Karma Yoga is only under these four headings. What is the attitude of Karma Yoga? What is the yajna way of life? How to live your daily life as a contributor, not as merely a, the one who only accepts. No, not that. Third one, doing your swadharma and becoming a Śhreṣhṭha Purusha and influencing the society in a positive way. This is Karma Yoga. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.